Here with reaction, author of Holding the Line, Texas Congressman Ronny Jackson, also a medical doctor, and also Fox News contributor Joey Jones. Good to see you both. Dr. Jackson, they told us repeatedly, Joe Biden said it, Fauci said it, Walensky said it, everybody talked, if you get the shot, if you get the booster, you're not going to be infectious. Other people won't get it. Now we're at the point you could have gotten every single vaccine, every booster, even already had COVID, and not only can you get it, you can give it to other people. So every single thing that they told the American people turned out to be a lie. The people that stood their ground, stood on principle, made their own health decision based on consultations with their doctors, guess what? They've all been proven right, and all these experts were wrong. Why don't they get their back pay?
Well, look, Sean, they will. The Republicans in the House will make sure that they do. You know, I was in the Navy for 25 years, Sean, and I got vaccines, that I didn't, that were mandated for me to get. I got those. This was very different. This was a vaccine that was being provided under emergency use authorization that was being targeted in the military for young, healthy people, like you said, that had very low risk, if no risk, for any significant morbidity or mortality from COVID, and they were being forced. And simultaneously, they were hearing all these stories out there in the press about all of these horrible possible side effects, many of which have been proven to be true now with myocarditis and clotting disorders and things of that nature. And they were being forced to make a decision between their career in the military and their potential long-term health or their ability to have kids and things of that nature. And you can't blame them for doing this. The military should have treated this as a special situation. They should have never mandated this. But quite honestly, this is a perfect example of the Pentagon, the Biden administration, DOD, Secretary Austin, everybody else involved, of putting politics before their own people and before our national security. And this is actually happening in a time where we have unbelievable retention and recruitment problems, and we're kicking out 8,500 brave patriots. And we're going to make it right, Sean. We will make it right. They're going to have an opportunity to fix it. If they don't do it, the Republicans in Congress are going to do it.
I've talked to doctors, and believe it or not, I've talked to funeral directors. The level of clotting that they see now compared to before COVID, they said is dramatically different. I've not seen a lot written about this. I know more people now, and maybe it's a coincidence. You know more about medicine. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to play one on TV. But are there more incidents of blood clotting and aneurysms and things? And if so, do you think it's related to the vaccine? Do you think it's related to the virus itself? What do you think? Or maybe you don't think anything.
Personally, Sean, I do, but I don't know the answer to that question completely. But here's the issue, is that no one knows the answer to that right now, right? And that should have been every person's individual decision, whether or not they wanted to take that risk. I made that decision. I took the vaccine because I couldn't do my job without taking it. I was in the age group that there was a little bit more, but these people we're talking about in the military, they were not a high-risk population, and it was forced upon them. They did not get the opportunity to make that decision for themselves. So I think that we'll find out that there are some significant side effects from this long term, and we won't know that for a while. And there has been somewhat of an effort to kind of keep that covered up in my mind, because there's a lot of money to be made in this, to be honest with you.